It's time for another episode of Fireworks Brigade Masterclass.
John, I'm excited.
Me too. This is a big thing.
Class. You know, these guys dominate, if you will, the NFA all the time. I see these. I see their demos as part of NFA, and you know,
not to mention the national anthems. They always sponsor that, which is awesome.
They're so yeah, exactly, with the national anthems and stuff like that. They're always doing some good stuff. And we got Ed Vasel on the phone, John. Ed Vasel from Dominator Fireworks. Ed, how you doing?
Good. What's going on, guys?
Hey, man. When you're where are you out of? You're in Missouri, right?
Yep, I'm in central Missouri.
Nice. Okay. How's the weather down there?
Cold today.
Cold, yeah. Here too. It was actually snowing a little bit earlier today, but not much. Just blowing around crap.
There you go. Yeah. What?
Cold and lots of rain. I think we're all ready for warmer weather and demo season.
You know it. I can't wait.
I know. And no virus season is what we're going for. But this is one of our segments that we normally do, Ed. This is master class, so we take a cake or of whatever, and we look at it and we go through its we put it through its paces. We rate it 1 to 5, and one of the things we were talking about with you, and one of the things you wanted us to go through was this Spangled Mammoth, and this is part of a Mammoth series, right?
Correct. Yeah, I think we've got 6 or 7 cakes in that line. I'd have to take a look, but we've got we came out with this line a decade ago, and we wanted it to be just one of the highest quality fireworks that we could have. You know, they're ball shells, which are getting harder to find. There's only a few factories left even doing ball shells for consumers now. So, you know, we wanted a line just with good ball shells, good round breaks, high quality stars, and I thought it fitting to do the Star Spangled Mammoth since we just used it at the NFA for the national anthems. As you guys saw, it's the perfect ending, I think, for a national anthem.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And it was a really good national anthem. All the nights were great national anthems. You guys did 2 nights of the national anthem, so it was really good. Yeah. And they're all perfect.
2,
yep, 2 nights.
Although we've done a lot over the years. And,
yes.
I think when you're shooting fireworks to the national anthem should be the focal point, not a sky puke of fireworks. So, you know, we kept it basic. We did the rockets, red glare, bombs bursting in air, and then a good, quick red, white, blue finale, and this cake works great for that.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know, sometimes they just kind of go overboard with like a finale for the end of the national anthem, and it's like, this is just a national anthem. Let's get on with the fireworks show, but let's get on with the fireworks demos, but let's not just throw a bunch of sky puke, like we like to call it, in the air after the anthem just because we have it, you know? So, yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Or shoot so much stuff during the anthem that you can't even hear the anthem.
Can't even hear it, yep.
So, and John just has one request. He'd like you to change the name from Star, S-T-A-R, to S-T-A-R-R.
Oh, wait a minute.
Add another R on the end there.
I did not say that, Ed. I think everything you guys do is good with me. I didn't say that, but I said this is kind of cool, though, that we did pick Star, you know, Spangled Mammoth, even though it's spelled differently, but at least people get the hang of it with Star.
I'm kidding.
And Ron, and then and Ron has got me up to this challenge, of
yeah, Ed, this is between you and me, Ed. We won't tell John about this, but I've been trying to get him to sell Dominator stuff for a long time because it's always so impressive at the PGI, NFA, all this stuff. So,
you just like their logo.
Oh,
you're a banker. He knows nothing about fireworks.
They're very well organized. This video is very well produced and put together. I mean, we're on a shoestring budget here.
There's 2 different things between me and Dominator. I have no money, and they're good.
Well, but we're
I appreciate that. It's good to hear. You know, we do a ton. On the marketing side, we try to be at all the conventions.
Oh yeah,
and I'm here in the States full time. We've got a huge team in China trying to make, John, as you know, all the challenges, especially this year that we're facing. I mean,
yeah, this year's tough.
Every year it's a different story of why the sky's falling in the firework industry, but it's just compounded this year, and there's going to be some actual supply issues this year, but we'll get through it, and fireworks will continue.
And you guys got stuff on the water, and you guys have stuff to ship if anybody's looking for stuff, right? They just go to go to your website and it's what is it? Dominator Fireworks.
Dominatorfireworks.com. We've got we're kind of in a unique situation. I think we've got many thousands of cases in stock that we could load a container as soon as we can get a booking on a freight ship and get an order over to somebody in plenty of time for the 4th of July still this year.
Well, that's good. Well,
yeah, you guys are sitting in a kind of a similar position I'm in, so that's good. We're both sitting pretty good for this time of year. Now, of course, our big challenge will be when we run out what we're going to do for next year, so that's going to be probably our biggest challenge. But, it's good to clean house and, get the stuff off the shelves and turn it into some money. And I know Big Matt would like that. And like I say,
Exactly.
we'll conquer the next challenge as we cross that bridge.
Well, Ed, I got John to say if we can get up to 1,000 subscribers, we're at like 650 right now on YouTube. He'll bring in a container of Dominator stuff, and I'll be so happy when that happens. So let's make that happen. All right.
Ron loves
Let's
spending my money, as you saw he did in the bar. Same way.
All right.
So that's the bet. If we can get 1,000 views on the video, you're going to buy a container.
No, not a views. We get 1,000 subscribers. We're at
1,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
we're at
All
650 right now, but that's all right.
What's easier to get? Is it easier to get a subscriber or a view?
Oh, a view. We can get 1,000 views. We get 1,000 views on almost all of them, but getting the
okay.
subscribers is harder. If I just give this to, they'll put it on their website and we give it to Cody B. We can get it up to.
And that's why I think if we kind of hype it up, say, hey, come on, Star Fireworks going to buy a container. If we get some more subscribers, why wouldn't you subscribe?
You heard it here. He'll buy a container of.
I think it'd be
Dominator.
fun.
Yeah,
it'd be more
absolutely.
fun because then it'd be like
this will be fun.
Yeah, and then we'll kind of, like I say, we'll hype it up a little bit, and it'd be kind of fun, So I'm looking forward to it.
All right. So without any further ado, I know Ed, you got the video queued up. John and I got it queued up. So we're going to start the video right now, and we're going to watch Star Spangled Mammoth, and this again is part of the Mammoth series. So let's watch it, John.
All right, sounds good. Look at that! I
love
that. I like that
They got
intro.
such good animation.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
I mean, there it is. That's a nice label. There we go.
Oh, here we go.
Nice big brakes.
Nice big round brakes. Good strobing. Hang time is good. Yep. Like that one.
How's the height on this one, Ed? Is it good? It's hard to tell in the video.
Yes, it's very good.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was pretty good for the national anthem. So I think it was very good height.
Is that a 3-shot finale?
Nice 3-shot finale.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
See you go. There it is. Let's do it one more time. We're gonna do an instant replay.
Okay, let's do an instant replay. Let's do it one more time.
One more time from the beginning.
You just like that part of it. You just like that squirrely thing.
So Ed, if somebody was gonna buy this, where would you suggest they put it? Would they put it? It's not really a finale piece. It's a little slow. Would you put it in the middle somewhere? What would you do with it?
Well, like we already said, if you're doing a national anthem, it's the perfect cake to end the national anthem with. We shot a case of 4 each night at the NFA last week for the finale. And if you shoot a case of them, it is good enough for a finale if you're looking to do a red, white, blue ending to something.
Yeah, see what I would do with this too, Ron, is I would probably do something crazier with more shots, going a little bit lower, and use this for capping over the top. It'd be a real
it's
nice.
Perfect. It definitely gets enough height that if you've got a good 200-gram red, white, blue cake, it would fill the sky.
Yeah, maybe get one of them crazy zipper ones or something like that kind of do a bunch of sky puke, basically, but lower, and then you got this nice overpowering it. It'd be a nice good backyard finale display if you do it with that.
And I've done a fair amount of scripting, and I've also found that when you've got good duration strobes like that, with that slower pace, you can even use it, if you're shooting a show and you just want to slow down for a few minutes, because the breaks are quality enough that people can appreciate each break.
Yeah, just appreciate each break.
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. So, John, you watch this. So, let's start off first and foremost. Let's go with the label. That's our first category that we rate here with Professor Pyro.
So it's 1 to 5. 1 being the lowest,
1
5
being the lowest,
highest.
5 being the best, and you can do half numbers. So, John, we'll let our guest go first. We'll let Ed. So, as far as this label, so the label is red, white, and blue. It's got the Star Spangled Mammoth right in the middle there. The Dominator logo on top. On the right side, it looks like it has the pictures of what's going on there. 500 grams. It's a 500-gram 10-shot cake. So as far as the label goes, Ed, what would you rate this one on 1 to 5 for label?
I know I'm biased, and if we ever rate another cake, I probably won't go this high, but I really like the looks of this cake for a patriotic cake, and it matches the color scheme of the actual effects you're going to see. I think it's a real modern looking label.
Yeah.
And you can't really see on the right side in the image in the video here, but we do a rating scale where we rate the height, the loudness or the noise of the brakes, the burst size. And this one's pretty spot on. I'm going to go all the way up to a 4.5 on this label. I really like this label.
Okay, good. John, what about you on this one?
Well, like we have mentioned many times, and like Ed said, sometimes we rate some cakes that are some of my early edition labels, and like you say, they're a little bit old. They're kind of retro, because they're older cakes. So yeah, this is definitely a modern looking label. I like this label. I love the colors, and I like the whole patriotic theme and stuff.
Right.
I'm going to go.
Right.
The only thing I don't like about this, and it's no just personal preference, I just like to see Star Spangled. And because I got the Mammoth series underneath the Dominator logo, which I think is awesome. And then you got Mammoth again underneath it. So I think I'd rather just see Star Spangled as a name.
Okay.
So I'm going to go a 4 on the label. But other than that, it's just a personal preference. But other than that, I like the label. I like the effects on it. Even the rating on the side is always good to have on your labels, which is really nice. But I just like the whole brightness. It's a real eye catcher on the shelf. So I'm going to go a solid 4, only because I don't like the Mammoth being named a couple times.
Right. But anything red, white, and blue, especially obviously 4th of July. It's anything with that patriotic theme is a great seller on the 4th of July. So I'm going to go with you. I'm going to go with 4. But Ed, do all the Dominator fireworks, do they all have that rating system on the side? It tells you about the noise and the brakes and the things like that and the color?
Most of them do now. We've worked real hard over the last few years with updating our labels, and we certainly still have some 8 and 9-year-old labels that are just tired looking. Even the printing process or the plates need to be redone. So we've got about 80% of our labels updated over the last few years. We still got a handful to do. But yeah, we've tried to go to the rating process, and when we can, we try and get an actual image of the effect. If we're going to put the effect on there.
Yeah. It looks very handy, and that's a lot of things that the NFA is talking about, just trying to make fireworks safer and more convenient for people. And this is one of the things. You'll just you look at the side of the box and make the labels much more informative. That's a great tool, great thing to have.
Yeah, I think so.
So okay, next we go color. Ed, we'll let you go first again. As far as color on this one, I mean, there's not a lot of color, but the colors are there and they're bright, and it's exactly what you want it to do. So how would you rate this one on color?
I'm going to go a 4 on this. The duration of the star, we're only dealing with red, white, and blue here. The red and the white strobes are fantastic. I mean, they're a little bigger stars to get that duration, so it's not extremely full, but because it's so round and big, it works. I would have liked to have seen a little better blue stars in there, as we know we can't do a blue strobe. So, you only see the blue stars maybe for the first second or so, and then those red and white take over. I'd like to see a little more of the blue for a little longer in that cake. So I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay, yeah, we're looking at that in slow motion right here. We see where it goes from the blue, from the, what is that, like a purple or a?
Well, it's like the version of blue,
Yeah.
Closer we can get.
And then you get the red and the white. Yeah, that looks great. That's great. The slow motion looks really good. So, John, what do you give it on color?
I'm going to go with a 4 on color as well, only because, like I say, we are dealing with 3 colors, and basically for the same reason, but I'm going to go with a 4 on color just because we're only dealing with 3 colors, and but I like the colors. Then the hang time is awesome. I saw that in the video, so I do like the hang time on the strobing.
Okay, so I'm going to go 5 on color. I like the color. Like I said, it's red, white, and blue. It tells you what it is, and the colors are really bright. And I also like strobes. I always like the strobes, so I'm going with 5 on that. So pace. It's 30 seconds, pretty much start to finish on this one. That's a good time. That's pretty much an average to above average time. We'll take the pressure off Ed. We'll let you go first, John. What do you want? What do you go on this one?
For pace on this one, I'm going to go for this type of cake. I think the pace is spot on. So I'm going to go a 5 on pace because like I say, I would use this for a cap over something crazier, maybe in some type of finale. So for that, the pace is right on you. I wouldn't want any faster because I want people to see those actual big breaks, and we're trying to achieve the red, white, and blue look for 4th of July. So I think the pace is spot on. I'm going to go with a 5 on that.
All right, Ed, what about you on pace on this one?
I've got to give it a 5 also. I agree with John. And the reason what I'm looking at is there's not the brakes are timed almost perfectly that there's not 1 second during that 30-second duration that there's not something in the sky. As soon as one burst burns out, the next one shows up. So it keeps your eyes skyward.
Okay, good. And you know what? I'll make it a trifecta. I'm gonna go 5 on pace as well. So we ran the court, we ran the table on that one. Noise. I'll go first on this one. Noise. It's got good noise. It's hard to tell on a video, I guess. I'm trying to think back of that NFA, the Star Spangled Banner, and I have some video of that, so that'll be here in this video as well. I'm going to give it a 4 on noise. It's got some good noise to it. I'm going to go nice solid 4. What about you, John?
I'm gonna go 4 on it. Like I say, it's not meant to be a noise cake as far as I'm concerned. It's just meant to be like a good solid break and some good noise with it. So I'm gonna go a 4. We're not looking at salutes. We're just looking at we're looking at a good cake.
Ed, what about you? How about noise on this one?
I agree with you guys. I'm going to go with the 4. If you want to get any louder, you're talking about some 9-shot plates or something like that. I think to get much louder, 60 grams, some of the harder breaking 60-gram cylinder shells, they'll be a little bit louder, but this is about as loud as you're going to get in a 4-1 cake, I think. So we'll do a 4 for firework noise. Okay.
Yeah, I agree totally. And then, like I say, you get a cylinder shell, you're not going to get those beautiful round breaks. So I think we got some good noise out of this.
Okay. And height, Ed, height. How do you rate this one on height? You've seen it. We've all seen it firsthand, but do you have a better knowledge of it? What do you think about height on this one as far as this goes?
For height, I've shot the Mammoths a lot over the last decade, and I give them a 5 on height. You're not going to get another 4-1 500 gram that goes much higher or any higher than these two.
John, what about you on height?
I'm going to go right there with them. I'm going to go a 5 on height because of, like I say, the size of the cake. It's a 4-1. I remember it from the national anthem. It looked like we're shooting some pretty big stuff out there. So, I'm sure the crowd did not think it was coming from a cake this size.
Yeah.
So,
they probably thought it was some 1.3 stuff or some.
Yeah. So I think the height is perfect on it.
Yeah, 5. We'll sweep the category. I'll go a 5 as well on height. Last category, Ed. We'll let you go first on this one. Brakes. Well, how do you judge the brakes on this one?
I'm gonna go 5 on those as well. Again, we're talking about one of our high-end premium cakes here. So this one gets pretty good marks from me all the way across the board. You watch the video, and almost every break is perfectly symmetrical. They're real consistent on the height. It's just a high-quality item.
Okay, John, what about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go a 5 on there because, like I say, the brakes. I think the brakes are nice and big. Plus, the timing is perfect. So, like you say, there's always sky coverage. So, I think the brakes are perfect. I think the cake really turned out really nice.
Yeah, I like the brakes. Look at here in slow motion. Watch those brakes, how they pop like that. Those are some big brakes. So, I'm going to go 5 as well. Looks like we got another sweep in that category. So, we add them all up. Let's see. Ron, I got a 28. Ed, you came in second, 27.5, and this is out of 30. And then John with a 27. So we're all right there. We're all bunched up. So I think the end consensus is this is a great looking cake, and I'm sure it's a good value for the money. What do these go for retail, Ed? Do you know approximately?
Retail, that's one of the things I do is I try and stay in touch with the buyers and sellers. And retail is really a regional thing, as you guys know. I've seen this cake in some smaller towns in Kansas, selling for $45 a piece on retail shelves.
Great deal.
You go into some of the bigger markets, and it's $65 a piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great deal. So, and if some of our listeners want to grab some of these, where can they get them? Just check your website for the nearest wholesaler, right? The nearest dealer.
Yeah. Yep, we've got a dealer locator on DominatorFireworks.com, and I think if you click on Firework News, it'll take you to a kind of a secondary site there, and there's a great dealer locator. You can type in your zip code and within how many miles you want to go, and it'll pull up the dealers closest to you.
Wow. So if I get this one container based on this, I think based on this masterclass, we might just get it. Will I get recognized on a dealer locator?
Not only will we recognize you, we'll recognize all your locations. So wherever you're selling some, we will add a dot on the map for every place that people can buy from Star Fireworks.
Nice. That's perfect. That's awesome. Yep, I think we have some fun with this, and we'll finally introduce some new product line, which, me and Matt Big Matt have talked over a few years, and there's always different things, and there's so many other places you got to put money into some of the staple items, and you got to put money into fountains sometimes. Just always there's always a reason, but. Hopefully, this is we're getting rid of some other merchandise that we had, and hopefully, and I think the whole gambling aspect always makes it more fun to me. And anyone can just buy a container. When you have to buy one because you lost, that's always better.
Not just anyone can buy a container. let's qualify that. I mean,
not anyone, but I mean, in our business,
Well, you know what? We've always seen this Dominator stuff, and you've kept them hidden from me. You would never introduce me, and now we were at NFA, and we got to drink and hang out with these guys.
You spend my money.
Well, now I want some Dominator stuff. So, hey, we're on your website here. Where do you find the locator, the dealer locator?
Oh, let me catch up with you here. Go to Firework News. We need to get a better link for this on the homepage. So click on Fireworks News, the right side of the menu there. It kind of translates down to the second line as well.
Okay, yeah. You know what? I'm hung up now. Hold on.
See, Ed, I'm like the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Ron wants something, and I make it come true. It's killing me.
All right, I'm on I'm on news.
You should have a new menu. You see home products, product line, and then Dominator Firework Dealers. Click on Dominator Firework Dealers.
Yep.
There we go. There you go.
Look at all them.
What's the zip code in North Dakota, John?
58047. Let's see who our closest competitor is here. Lou's, good old Lou out of Watertown.
And then you got one in St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah, St. Croix Falls. Yep, sounds good.
The other ones, there is no North Dakota dealers for Dominator.
No.
John, you need to be the exclusive.
See, here we go to Make-A-Wish Foundation. Yeah.
Hey, you've been a player for a long time in the business, John. Well respected by a lot of people. We would love to see it on your shelves, and we will do everything we can to support that once it happens.
No, I think we'll be fine, and we'll get in there. It's time enough, and Ron's been just begging me for it all along here. Ever since the first PGI he went to, and he saw something there with Dominator. He's like, I like that logo, and like, come on, move along.
More than the logo, man. It grabs your attention anytime a Dominator firework goes off.
You don't think it's all those nice shirts and everything they wear? You think that might be it?
No, it's at the demos. The proof is in the fireworks.
Maybe Ed will throw you a T-shirt. We know what you're after, Ron.
Oh yeah, okay. That's like I need more fireworks T-shirts. My God,
we can hook you up with some T-shirts. And actually, every container that we ship has a couple cases of promotional items in it. So you'll get shirts, banners for the retail stores and stands. You'll get canned coolies and posters and whatever else we can do to help you sell our brand.
That sounds good. And since I feel I'm going to lose this bet, better send me over that stock list. I can see Ron already penciling me in, and he's the banker. He's already allocating the funds. I can see it in his mind.
If you want some,
here's the best thing about this deal is I can't lose, because if the outcome is either you buy a container of Dominator Fireworks or we go on a fishing trip, if I lose, I love to fish. So
exactly.
Oh, you is there a fishing trip involved in this?
Fishing trip down in Cabo.
Oh, all right. There you go. Oh, well, Ed, now we're living.
And we're not making Ed pay for the boat. He'll be hanging out with me in Cabo. So
really?
Yeah. So either way, it's a win-win. But I think it'd be even better if we buy a container and we get a fishing trip, because Ed's a fisherman. He needs to teach me.
And the gentleman we met in for NFA, where were we just going? In Georgia. The guy with the popcorn in China, he's Dominator too, right?
Yeah. He's
what was his name?
Matt. Also, Matt Roach. Right? Is his last name Matt?
Matt Roach.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was crazy. That guy. He was funny. We got him on the video. We just put it on there. You might be a pyro if it's on our YouTube channel.
He's.
I actually watched. Yeah, I saw that today.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt's my popcorn supplier when I'm in Luyoung. We have a good time hanging out, though. It's always good. It's always nice when now that we finally have a place to go and just hang out in Luyoung, which you never really had before, thanks to Judy. So, it's just kind of fun to walk in there. And, a lot of times I'm sitting in the corner by myself doing some work, but it's just nice to be in the same place with people. And Matt's always there and always friendly, and it's a
Matt
nice
Roach
time.
Matt Roach does a great job for us over there. He's a very detail-oriented person.
Yep.
He does his best to keep the team on track. If you've got questions about your order or production schedules or anything like that, he's going to be your go-to guy when it comes time for that. So, John, tell us, what's the deal with the popcorn in China? It's not up to par here in the U.S.? Smaller kernels? Are they tough? They chewy? What's the deal?
You know what? They have a different taste. They are chewy. You know, the popcorn you get in China, it's very chewy, almost like it's stale, but it's got a completely different taste. So, you know, I pack maybe about 14, 15 bags. I'm a big popcorn lover, you know, and nothing better than when you're having a couple drinks, relaxing after a few of the demos, and you're, you know, a long night of, you know, just being bombarded by the Chinese. It's always kind of nice to just sit back, have a drink, and have some fresh, hot popcorn. And so it's kind of cool. It's kind of like our go-to snack there. But so I know Matt brings a bunch of popcorn from home. I bring a bunch of popcorn from home. And, you know, and it's kind of nice. And, you know, sharing is caring. So, you know, there's always people there like, okay, make another bag. But, yeah, so I'm happy he brings it. And then, you know, so now we joke around. Like, now I used to pack all kinds of stuff for the Chinese, like, you know, cosmetics, and now they've been kind of letting me slide a little bit, so I've been packing more popcorn, so I'm in good shape.
There you go.
We make it fun. You know what? When you're there for that many days, you have to have a little taste of home, you know, and I can't find a Vienna beef hot dog, so I got to settle for popcorn.
All right, well, Ed, hey, man, thanks so much for doing this with us. And anybody who wants to get some nice Dominator stuff, go to the website, or definitely the Star Spangled Mammoth. It put up to the test here. We put it to the test, and it certainly survived this one. So great episode. Thanks a lot, Ed. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks again, Ed. Awesome hanging out with you guys.
Send John that price list.
And, yeah, send me over a stock list. We'll get some stuff going on here. And, yep, look forward to it.
Yep, same guys. Really appreciate it. Look, love what you guys are doing here.
All righty.
All right, Ed. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Star Fireworks is located right off I-29 at the Wild Rice exit. If the sign out front doesn't say Star Fireworks, keep driving.